So what happens when the world's most famous tech billionaire decides to pick a fight with Europe's most famously frugal airline CEO? Well, you get an absolute masterclass in modern corporate combat. Seriously, this wasn't just some boring business disagreement. It was a week-long, no-holds-barred brawl fought with insults, memes, and even hostile takeover threats that just completely took over the internet.
Okay, so in one corner, you've got Elon Musk. You know him, the tech visionary, owner of X, the guy trying to put his Starlink Wi-Fi on every single plane in the sky. And in the other corner, Michael O'Leary. He's the notoriously blunt, cost-cutting CEO of Ryanair, an airline that basically treats legroom like it's a luxury good. It is the ultimate clash of styles, right? The innovator focused on the future versus the pragmatist focused on the bottom line.
And this is the shot heard round the world. On January 15th, O'Leary didn't just say no thanks to Musk's technology. No, he went on a radio show and went straight for the jugular with this incredibly blunt insult. And just like that, a professional disagreement became a very, very public feud.
So you have to be asking, what was the actual business reason behind an insult like that? Well, it all kicked off with a simple rejection of Starlink's in-flight Wi-Fi. O'Leary wasn't just being provocative for the fun of it. Well, at least not at first. He had a very clear and very financial reason for saying no.
This slide right here gets to the absolute core of the Ryanair mindset. O'Leary's whole argument was that putting Starlink's antenna on his planes would create a 2% fuel penalty. Now, 2% might not sound like a lot, but for an airline with a massive fuel bill, that translates to a staggering €250 million cost every year. For Michael O'Leary, every single penny matters, and this was an expense he was just never going to accept.
So O'Leary throws the first punch, and it is a haymaker. How does Elon Musk, the owner of the world's biggest public square, respond? Well, pretty much exactly how you'd expect. Quickly, personally, and in front of an audience of millions. The battle was on.
This timeline just shows the insane speed of a modern corporate fight. I mean, look at this. On Monday, it's a niche business story. By Tuesday, it's a personal insult. And by Wednesday, Musk is threatening a takeover while Ryanair is trolling his own platform's outage. This wasn't some slow burn. It was a total explosion, played out in public for all of us to see.
Musk, of course, fires back on his home turf, X. He doesn't bother with a press release. He just straight up calls O'Leary an utter idiot and demands he be fired. It's direct, it's aggressive, and it immediately escalates this thing from a war of words to a direct challenge to O'Leary's job. And this number right here, this is the power Musk has. He follows up by asking his followers if he should just buy Ryanair, and that single post gets over 9.6 million views. You see, he's not just tweeting, he's weaponizing his massive audience, turning a personal beef into what looked like a very real corporate threat.
And this, right here, this is the moment Ryanair's social media team earned their paycheck for the entire year. As fate would have it, Musk's platform X suffered a major outage that day. So Ryanair pounced, delivering this perfectly timed, four-word knockout punch. The little budget airline was now openly mocking the tech billionaire about his own technology, on his own broken platform. It was just magnificent.
Okay, so the public fight is obviously incredibly entertaining, but let's get to the real heart of it. What is the actual business disagreement here? Because beyond all the insults, there's a fundamental split in strategy that pretty much explains why this was never, ever going to be a match made in heaven.
So the whole thing really boils down to this number. O'Leary claims a 2% fuel penalty. Starlink's engineers fire back and say, no, the real number is closer to 0.3%. But you have to understand, for a budget airline, even 0.3% is a big cost, especially for a service their core customers probably aren't even going to pay for.
And this table perfectly illustrates why Starlink is a great fit for premium airlines like Lufthansa, but a total non-starter for Ryanair. Think about it. Long-haul business travelers expect Wi-Fi. It's essential. But on a typical 75-minute Ryanair flight, most passengers have already downloaded what they need and are focused on one thing and one thing only, the lowest possible price.
And here you go. Here's the data that basically backs up O'Leary's entire argument. Nearly half of all passengers are simply unwilling to pay for in-flight Wi-Fi. And you can bet that for Ryanair's super price-sensitive customers, that number is much, much higher. The business case just isn't there for them.
So after a week of insults, memes, and general market chaos, who actually came out on top in this corporate showdown? Let's break down the tangible results, shall we?
When you look at the results for Ryanair, the numbers are just stunning. Bookings actually went up during January, the weakest travel month of the year. Their website was flooded with traffic, and they got millions upon millions of dollars in free global media coverage
all without spending a single euro on advertising. O'Leary had successfully turned insults into actual revenue.
And this move, this is just masterful marketing. Instead of getting all defensive about being called an idiot, Ryanair leaned right into it. They launched the Big Idiot Seat Sale, literally using Musk's own insult against him to sell tickets. It was a viral sensation and a huge commercial success.
And then came the checkmate. While Musk was busy threatening a takeover, it turns out O'Leary knew something crucial. This EU regulation makes it legally impossible for a non-European citizen like Musk to buy a majority stake in a European airline. The biggest threat Musk had on the table? It was completely empty from the very beginning.
So what's the big lesson here? What can we learn from all this? This whole feud was way more than just entertainment. It was a fascinating case study in corporate strategy, brand identity, and the raw, unfiltered power of social media in today's business world.
This quote pretty much tells you everything you need to know about Michael O'Leary's philosophy and exactly why he won this fight. For over 30 years, his strategy has been to get attention by being outrageous. He has no personal ego to bruise, he only has a balance sheet to improve. And that, it turns out, is a surprisingly effective shield.
So, what's the ultimate lesson from this clash of the titans? Well, Musk got the attention that he always commands, for sure. But Ryanair got the bookings it always prioritizes. It kind of leaves us with a provocative question for the modern era. In a world that's saturated with advertising, did Ryanair just prove that in the bare-knuckle attention economy, the most effective marketing is simply picking a good old-fashioned public fight?